welcome back to WeLikeDota and the WeLikeDota Community Night. There we are, yay! Joining a game in progress, or a draft in progress, that is. I have in the cocaster seat MidasCurse. Welcome. You may be chiming in from time to time, but yeah, feel free to correct me anywhere I'm wrong, but in the meantime, just gonna call a few things here.
To go.
Let's see. On the dire side, we've got Calvin, Smokeswax, Juice, Ventez, the Friendly Giant, V-Monster, and on the Radiant side, we have Ownerism, Anarchies, Pretty Bunnies, Silver Radicand, and Sea Donkey. Welcome to all of our players and our viewers. Thanks for joining us. If any of our viewers would like to join us for a future community night, we play every Wednesday night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look for us in the WeLikeDota chat channel in-game. You can also find information on the WeLikeDota group over at WeLikeDota.reddit.com.
10 seconds to go.
So for the first picks and bans, we've got Invoker, Pudge, AM Band, and OD, Spectre, and Medusa. All common bans for the current patch. Mainly, I think, people you just generally see a lot of and generally don't want to see. Well, except for the Medusa, maybe. But people you don't really want to play against, as they're getting a little stale, I think. At least I know that I've seen in quite a bit of the Invoker, OD, and Spectre. That is for sure.
Dyer's pick.
Got flexible support pickups for the first few picks, and a Centaur Warrunner. Almost certainly an offlane hero here. Bane's a great setup hero. He's also a good tempo player. It's really hard to push into a team that has a Bane.
10 seconds to go.
Because you can just take one of your heroes right out of the fight. Basically, whenever he feels like it.
Reserve time.
I mean, not just one hero, but Nightmare and his ult.
Yeah, that's true too. Yep. So we can kind of eliminate two heroes out of the match real quick. He's also really great at sort of defensively keeping your allied heroes safe, as we see a lot of PPD's plays when he plays Bane. Just hitting his own sort of stunned ally with his sleep.
10 seconds to go.
Just to get him off the map and prevent the aggro on the carry.
5 seconds.
Which is pretty cool. That's a pretty flexible play. Takes a lot of coordination though, so
reserve time.
Not sure we're going to see that in this particular game. Just like we're unlikely to see really complicated stuff like the Bane Mirana arrows or things that require a lot of practice timing.
How do you feel about this this Viper mid? Who do you think is going to be a good matchup for him?
Viper's a weird hero mid. He's just such a lane dominator. Something I like to see against him is a sniper. And you wouldn't normally think, you know, a sniper's a very good hero at higher levels of play in general. But when he maxes out his range boost, he can actually out-harass Viper from a distance where Viper can't throw his Q on him. But we're not really guaranteed to see Viper in the mid-roll right now, and being a third pickup, he's still flexible enough that they can bring in something else. So it's hard to say. I don't think I'd like counterpick him on the sniper right now. Sniper's too easily counterpickable as well. What do you think? Any ideas?
I don't really know. I like the sniper. You know, I think that'd be really good. But he's hard, man. He's hard because, you know, he's got that magical resistance. So
yeah, yep. That corrosive skin does a lot of work. He's kind of naturally tanky against magic, which is one of the reasons why he's also really great against an Invoker. But the Invoker's already banned here, so that's not really a concern. Phoenix is a potential mid. I just played a pub game, I think 2 games back, where I had a Phoenix on my team do very well at mid.
5 seconds.
Kind of surprising. Normally he's a support pickup, of course, but He can play core if the player happens to be pretty skilled.
Reserve time.
I don't really think that's... Yeah.
So I always...
Go ahead.
I always see Phoenix, I think, off lane, so... But there's your Bane Mirana.
Yeah? Yeah, maybe they'll try some setup arrows. That would be pretty exciting. If they can pull that off, man, hats off to them.
I'll give them a lot of early rotation, too.
Yeah, one of the great things about a Mirana is that when she's in one of the side lanes, she can harass the mid lanes so easily with the arrow because it's got such an incredible range.
10 seconds to go.
A really high-skilled mid player will avoid the arrows when he's playing mid because he'll just be looking for it constantly, and it's such a slow-moving projectile that you can dodge it as long as you're paying attention. But you know, I'm not sure where we're gonna see that this game, either the harass or the sentient dodges. Hard to say.
10 seconds to go.
That Slark pickup's interesting because Slark can definitely mid. It's not that he's a particularly strong laner, but nobody's going to be strong against a Viper at mid. The thing that Slark does give you, though, is just a lot of power if you give him the levels that he needs. So if he's able to just soak enough experience out of the mid lane, then he can become a map-dominating threat.
Oh, absolutely. Interesting, you know, Slark or whatever. You know, he's looking like the hardest carry in the draft right now. You know, versus the Dire team. So they're probably looking for something that's going to be able to maybe either push early because that's what they have a lot of, or I think maybe be able to beat Slark late game.
Yeah, that's a good point. I hadn't really considered
this last pick.
Mm-hmm. I hadn't really considered how much power the Radiant side had on their side just yet, and you're right, Slark is the major damage dealer at the moment. You know, other than Magical, which won't scale late. So, it's a good point.
I think it's be interesting to see what Rubik can steal out of this game. You know what I mean? There's Bane. You can always, you know, you can get that Fiend's grip pretty good, and maybe Centaur ult. So,
yep, both those are great targets.
I think a lot of it's going to be on him for support.
I would imagine so. Rubik can definitely play the 5 role pretty decently, whereas with Lion, you do want him to get a little bit of farm. I mean, Lion can 5 because his disables, his CC is so good, but if you can get him an Ags, then he's definitely happier. Whereas Rubik doesn't necessarily need it.
Well, yeah, he needs that Blink Dagger early.
That's true.
He's definitely more of a greedier support than Rubik, I think.
Mm-hmm.
5 seconds.
So all the bans are out.
I'm interested to see what their last pick here is going to be.
Yeah, that should be the key, I think, the turning point where we see that should give us some more indication about how the laning is going to go as well. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Yep.
Ember Spirit probably mid, Slark safe lane, Phoenix off lane.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what heroes are on, or what players are on which hero. Looks like Juice is going to pilot the Centaur War Runner. Calvin will be on the CK Sea Monster on the Mirana, Ventez on the Bane, and Friendly Giant on the Viper. On the Radiant side, Onerism on Slark, Anarchies on the Ember Spirit, Pretty Bunnies will be playing the Lion, Silver on Phoenix, and Sea Donkey on Rubik. Good luck to everybody. See if anybody's picked up any starting items that lend itself to a fairly aggressive play. I don't see any smokes. I don't see the Dire side positioning or the Radiant side positioning for an invasive strat. So I think we're going to be in standard mode. Have an early ping. I think they're going to defensively check, make sure they're not being counter-warded on the Dire full camp. And
there you go. He's got the block. Let's see if they deward it.
yeah. He definitely pulled that off and will probably get out safe here. That was actually a little bit dangerous. I feel like he went out into the jungle a little bit later than you might like to. Because I think they weren't sure if they were going to block or go for it. As it is, they trade 1-for-1 on runes. And the Dire come off with the advantage of having the pole camp block. That's a great ward right here, though. Because, and now that we can see the map, this is actually pretty cool that we can see the spawn boxes with the alts. Because you can see how it's hidden in the trees. That's actually really difficult to spot unless you cut down trees. Difficult to spot even when you have the sentry down. Because you actually have to walk into the tree to find that one.
Yeah, absolutely, and none of them have any kind of wards to get rid of that, so... Centaur should definitely be able to get some farm out of this lane.
I believe so. Yeah, especially with a tri-lane, they're going to have no choice but to push up on him. They'll get like 1/2 pull from the easy camp, maybe, but then after that it's just going to push right up to tower and he'll be able to get some farm under tower that's safe. On the other side, we've got Silver doing some work as a solo Phoenix in the hard lane against the tri-lane here. I think this position is much less safe than the Centaur's position. He may have some trouble here. There's an arrow. Just goes wide.
Yeah, I definitely think Dire side might have. I definitely think they have the advantage because they have the full camp, and then Mirana can still kind of jungle.
That's a good point too. Another arrow looking for the defensive walk by Phoenix, but instead Phoenix walks deeper into the jungle and gets cut down by the Bane. Kind of body blocked in there by the Bane and the CK. Nowhere to run, with the arrow on one side and 2 heroes on the other.
Must not have skilled Phoenix dive yet.
Icarus dive, yeah, probably not. As a well, that's interesting to see. It looks like they're going to change up their laning a little bit. No, he had his dive. It might have been on cooldown. I wasn't sure if he used it to harass or something.
Yeah, he might have used it right after the first arrow.
Sure.
Looks like Viper's winning mid. He's 8 for 6, Ember Spirit's only 5 for 1, but Viper is that lane dominator. That's to be expected.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Until the Ember's able to pick up like a bottle or some amount of sustain, he's gonna have trouble in this lane just staying in. Because the Viper's gonna look to Q him every time he comes anywhere close.
Rubik's in trouble.
Yep, despite the dive, trying to put some debuffs down. He was just a little bit too low in health and gets cut down.
Someone's having technical difficulties.
It looks like it was Mirana on the kill for that one. Which is nice. She can do something with farm. If she gets the kill, that's definitely not a waste.
No, not enough to get the Phoenix. Oh, here's Centaur going down.
Yeah, Centaur does fall to the Slark.
I missed that.
Looks like there was a pounce that landed, which caught him out a little bit so that he couldn't get back under the safety of the tower.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with Lion. He's got so much control early game. Plus with that Slurk, I mean, that's not the hero you want to be giving kills to, though.
That's a good point. There's so much... Actually, there's kind of a lot of synergy between the way that the Slark and the Lion plays. I hadn't really thought of it before, but they both kind of have some movement control in the Pounce and in the 2 PCs that Lion's got in his kit. And then they both kind of drain. Like, Slark wants to right-click you down for draining your stats, and Lion wants to drain your mana, so it's actually kind of an ugly lane to be up against. Ooh. Big double edge, though, just as I say that.
Phoenix went down again.
So a trade here, 1 for 1.
Oh, we got Slark too.
Yeah, sorry, no, two down on the Radiant side,
They have
rather.
the Phoenix top lane as well, so.
Well done.
I think it all goes back to that block camp. You know what I mean? That it really forced them to rotate Rubik top, and they're definitely getting, Dire Side's definitely getting more out of their tri lane than I feel like Radiant is.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the rotation might have been in response to the Phoenix going down rather than the camp block. But there's another pounce on the Centaur. Centaur backing off. We've got a TP in response to Garden. Run on the play. First Spike catches the Centaur, but they're not going to go on because Murata's right there to back him up. So with Viper dominating the mid lane, looks like Ember needs to go to the jungle in order to try to find some farm. And Viper's smart to turn off his Aki ring to not push the creep wave.
Definitely. I mean, I think MidasCurse is alright once he hits 6 and has a bolt, that's pretty much.
Yeah, that'll make a big difference, you're right.
Oh, charge.
They're looking to play aggressively.
Pretty Bunnies might be in a little bit of trouble.
In the woods and he's TPing out, he might make it. Yep, he's out.
Gonna get out.
Well done. And it looks like Slark will get out as well. So, despite the aggressiveness and two heroes coming down on him on a stampede, they're both able to get out. So, good escapes. Well done.
Ron is picking up some smoke, so let's keep an eye on her.
Yep, and now Ember's got his bottle, and he's got a DD on board. That'll make a big difference. He's also got his 6, and he's got a Fire Remnant down on safe high ground, so he's pretty safe. I think from this point on, it's going to be really hard to kill him.
With this Chaos Knight, he's got 43 last hits at 7 minutes.
Yeah,
and
he's
gonna
leading the
take out
chart.
the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely not a hero you want. That's like the Slark. You don't want to let him snowball too hard early, because he gets late game items early. You know, so it's hard to come back from that.
I agree. He does have an early Midas, so he's doubled down, going for the or trying to parlay his early gold advantage into like a strong mid game advantage, and that can be really dangerous for sure.
Slark's rotating in. I might be trying to get him here and slow him down, punish that Midas a little bit. Creep Psalm.
It is really miserable to play against a CK who's farmed early. It's just you just get pulled in from such a distance and get chopped down by all his illusions. And there's just no getting out. We've got a stampede going.
Line's in trouble. He's got that double edge.
Yeah, ended up being a trade because he had so much aggro on him, but other than that, it did secure the kill. A bolt.
They're definitely gonna try and push this top lane. They got 4.
They draw Glyph.
Maybe.
Uh-oh, 2 TPs in response.
Ooh. Searing chains.
Everybody on Radiant's on the run, though.
Bane's looking for somebody. Oh, you found Phoenix?
Got him slept.
Ana pops her ult.
Ryan got pulled back by CK. Yeah. That's what's so miserable. Any hero that messes with your position that badly is just kind of miserable to play against. It's one of those things you just feel like you feel like you make mistakes when you're playing against him, and I guess you do, but like until you understand his kit, like your mistakes are almost unavoidable.
Yeah, he's definitely he's one of those heroes that there's a line, and if you go over that line, you're getting killed. If you're on the other side of the line, you're perfectly fine. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. The tricky thing is you don't know where that line is unless you've played CK, so that you understand where you can pull from.
Yeah, I agree. Calvin clearly played a bunch of games of CK before, so or at least that looks that way, I should say.
Right on.
Oops, Slark's going down. One more hit.
He's missing.
No, he gets away.
Oh, gets out. Rubik playing defense.
Lion might be in trouble for it.
Yeah, he should have seen the aggro on Slark, so hopefully he will pull back. Now that he sees Rubik also in trouble. Nope, Lion's just gonna push the lane. Oh, the sleep makes him juke the arrow. That's tough.
That Bane. Bane's a great hero.
He is. I wish I could play him.
He can just he can control you so hard.
That's very true. It's I guess the only the biggest problem with him, I think, is when you're playing the sub 2k level and people don't understand his kit and they just attack the guy you have slept. That I feel like that happens all the time. Radiant is looking to make a play at top. Got 4 heroes going in. One thing I like about the Slark and the Ember Spirit is that they're both heroes you really can't kill when they're played particularly well. They're heroes that you should be able to kill and heroes that you shouldn't be able to kill. And both of those have just amazing escapes that basically put them off the map.
I'll take that.
Dyer's top tower's getting beat down.
Lion's in trouble. Left in enemy territory, catches an arrow in the back. Kind of in the face, actually. Slark looking to capitalize. And they're going to disengage. Happy able to trade 1 for 1.
Ain't a pretty sight right now.
Looks like a
Ooh, big arrow.
250 per link dagger.
Nothing.
Oh,
Well played, Mirana.
gets him with that arrow. Oh, a lot of hate on TK there with the finger.
Dyer's top
Anything
tower.
get Bane?
You know the drill.
Nope, it was close though. Oh,
Slark's
Slark
coming
wants
in.
it. Counts. There it goes.
Got him.
Well played.
Invisibility.
Got an Invis Mirana looking for a kill. Maybe a bit of a long-range arrow going for the Ember Spirit at bottom. We really do need some lockdown to kill the Ember. Yeah. She's still got her ult up.
Radiant's mid tower's getting banged up.
Oh, it's Invis rune actually. stomp. Here comes the arrow. Oh, it connects.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mid-tower's coming apart.
Got him. All the while, Viper's pushing mid too. That might be the first tower down.
Radiant's bottom tower seems
Well done. That's a key tower. Of all the T1s, I think mid is the most important.
Radiant's mid
Opens up a good amount of map.
That's true.
Yeah,
Radiant's
it's your
mid
straightest
tower's in
shots
trouble.
take throne. It creates a lot of pressure.
Dire's top
Whereas
tower,
this top
you know the
T1,
drill.
it's just really not as consequential, especially on this particular map in this patch.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Dire's doing a good job of showing that they have the and a good bounce. Here comes the stomp and a stampede in return, but there's a Slark under ult. He's going to stick around for just a second.
Trouble brewing
Gets
at
slapped under
Radiant's
tower.
bottom
Here comes the arrow. Great hit.
I should have had a plan B.
Well done.
They all get out low.
That Sacred Arrow has proven to be a great tool in the arsenal to lock down these heroes that have great escape.
Absolutely, that 5 second max stun. They definitely have the damage to kill somebody within that time. Whether it's Slark or it's Ember Spirit.
Dire's mid tower won't last.
Or if the hero's low enough, even a comparably leveled Mirana on her own with a
Radiant's
arrow
top
into a
tower
leap
is
can do a lot of damage. There's that arrow again.
There's your
Oh, and a Fiend's Grip.
sleep in the arrow.
They should have run while they
Well
had
done.
that chance.
Fade Bolt Lift.
CK. Little too
Victorious
much.
Dive. There's the fish. Earthquake. And that should be a dead hero. Oh, what was that? Armlet toggling.
You might toggle it. No. Hit him with the finger though. That burst damage.
Yeah. Still, he was trying. He hit all his buttons. It was a valiant try. Oh, that was a great Earth Spike into a Stampede.
Centaur's a little deep.
Pays for it there. Yeah, it's tough when you run blind into, 4 enemy heroes. That's usually going to be the result. What can you do?
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
So how do you feel, I mean, of course Radiant's they have Ember Spirit, they have Slark.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They're hard carries, but for in-game, who do you think wins in-game, is basically what I'm trying to ask.
That's a good question. Well,
Let's
Viper
say-
definitely
let's say
falls
this game
off.
goes an hour.
If the game goes long, I think the Radiant win. Because on the other side of the map, like CK falls off after about 40 minutes. Viper falls off a little bit earlier. The Mirana is only a semi-carry, and the Bane's just supports. Centaur himself
top
also
tower's
is
gonna
more of
be
a
down.
utility player.
Wages are
I think he's strongest early to mid. Whereas the Radiant, they have some heroes who can scale. The Phoenix doesn't do too badly as a utility hero, and the Ember Spirit and Slark definitely scale well.
Looks like we're gonna have a fight here mid. Maybe not. But yeah, I was looking at that, and I think Radiant definitely, if the game goes like an hour or so, or longer, I definitely might have the advantage.
Yeah, I think you're right. If nothing else, they can pick up, 12 rapiers between the Ember Spirit and the Slark, right?
Oh, absolutely. I think you gotta keep the battle fury though on Ember. I had a game the other day where I went 5 rapiers on Ember with boots, and I think it was a mistake. I think you gotta keep the battle fury for the cleave damage, especially against the CK illusions.
Yeah. I think you're right there. I wasn't too serious about that. I rarely buy rapiers, but Battle Fury is actually a great item, especially when comboed with his team fight ability and his like sleight of fist and everything. And the Battle Fury cleave proccing on that. That's pretty sweet.
Rana pops ult.
Yeah, defensive Mirana ult will save the day and just let them walk away with a 1 Bane cripple at 15. CK wants a fight though.
How about that?
Ooh, a 3 for 1. That's big.
Yeah, that definitely doesn't look too good, but I think that puts us back on more of an even footing here.
Oh, they do get the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
For the return kill. So it looks like the Slark and the CK are farming about the same. They both went Midas, so and they're definitely ahead of their teammates.
Yep, that's for sure. And you know, that's kind of what Radiant wants to see here, is that the Slark needs to find some farm, and he's doing a good job of seeking it out. He picked up his Midas, and so his timing will be about on par with the CK now.
Dire's top tower, you know.
Are you controlling what heroes we click on?
I'm controlling what heroes I click on, but I don't know how it works for the co-chair camera. Because of the way that...
I can't click any of them.
Oh, that's really weird. You should be able to click on heroes. Does it change whenever I click heroes?
Yeah, like I'm a runner, right?
Yeah, I was on Mirana and then Bane. Like, flipping
Bane.
between them. Yeah. Okay, that's really weird.
Can you click on the line? Does he have his blink yet?
Let's go find out. Doo-doo-doo-doo. He has blink, yes.
He does. That's big. Oh, Mirana and arrow. It's the Ember again.
Wow. Mirana's been doing some work this game. Ooh, getting the manager in there. That's gonna be ugly. Can't go on the egg here, which means this is trouble for Bane as well.
TP response. See if they dive it.
Yeah, he's gonna dive with his blink. But they'll pay for it because Viper's gonna stab him in the back with Poison Sting.
Here comes CK. And he's just out of range. Let's see if he can catch him.
Trying to pull him. He gets him.
That crit, 700 damage.
Wow. That feels so bad when you get caught by that.
Regeneration.
Feels like Slark's still farming. He's got a 1k net worth lead on the CK now though. So
pretty good.
he's
If they're not
just a
careful,
little
he
bit
could run away
faster.
with game. He's trying to push mid now.
Pops his elements out.
Yeah, he burned his resource pool, his health and mana, in order to push the tower that deeply, so that was the right time to get out. He had too much lockdown coming in on the TPs. Got an ultimate orb on board, so...
Ooh, you went right back in.
Yeah. So he's... Ooh, arrow. He's probably gonna go Scotty next,
The
I would think.
prize is mine.
Oh yeah, with the ultimate orb.
Yeah.
Definitely what he's building into.
Dire's mid tower.
That's when he gets burned. Yeah, that's how he's living now.
Ooh, that is a bold Phoenix egg. And he makes it.
Oh, he gets
Well
it
done.
off though.
Wow. He just gets a double kill. The Phoenix, that is. Falls to the Viper, and I don't think they have the strength to... Oh, actually, they're gonna go for it. I always forget how fast this Slark regens. Good leap. Bullet follow up, and that's gonna mean a dead Viper. That's a team wipe. Well done.
Yeah, Slark played, he did most of that fight with like 10% of his damage, so he knows when to go in, for sure.
Slark's one of those heroes who can duck in and out so fast, because of the way that he regens. It's actually pretty sick, and that's one of the, yeah, that's one of the reasons why he can carry the game so well as a solo.
Dire's mid towers having the
And he went blink. You know, sometimes you see the Slark get Shadow Blade, but I definitely think the blink is a good choice this game to run people down with when you have the line too.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Initiate from, you know, darkness.
Mm-hmm. I think he is using his
Illusion. Invisibility.
Abilities to scout out when they have vision of him as well. You can tell based on whether or not you're getting the Shadow Dance regen, whether or not they have vision of you based on warding. So a clever Slark player, just like a clever PA player, will use your passive abilities to scout out when you're under rune vision or ward vision.
Let's see if you can get away. Oh.
Yep. Move over the impassable ground.
It's close.
Oh, and he eats an arrow.
Piranha though.
Starfall. She was just right place, right time. Able to catch him.
Stolen arrow by Rubik.
Dire's bottom towers.
It's a pretty good spell to have.
Yeah, I would think so.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
I don't think the Rubik minds any of the spells on the Dire side right now, in terms of the steal. Maybe not the Viper, but other than that, everybody else has decent spells.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
What can he steal Viper's ult, right? That's about it.
Yeah, I think he can steal
Or
his
can he
Q.
steal his...
It depends, I think, if the Viper auto-casts Q, or if he's, like, actively selecting the Q. Oh, and there's an egg death.
No egg this time. So, Slark's up to a 2k gold net, or 2k gold lead on CK now, and it looks like the Ember Spirit's finally caught up. He's, you know, about 1k underneath the Viper.
Right, he does have his Battle Fury,
so
hopefully that will help him out.
I would assume he goes crits next, right?
I would imagine. He's going to need some damage. Finger of Death, but Bane's able to walk away from it. Oh, but Slark wants him. Able to catch him out of bounds. Got a Yules to delay the Centaur, allowing everybody to get out and reinitiate. Rubik's still on arrow. Slark looking to play Dude's Lion wants it too. Earth Spike against the Viper, into a Mana Drain, into a Fish. Pounce just misses. Gonna try to right-click him down anyway. But here's a Centaur Stomp on the defense. Cyclone to get him off the map. DK now in the back line. Trying to chase down the Slark, but Slark too agile to get away, or agile to stop from getting away rather. And Ember Spirit to follow up on the push with his Battle Fury. Slark now, or I'm sorry, that's the Lion in trouble. Hits double-edged from the Centaur, and we've got a new fight emerging with Slark trying to hunt him down. That's a good pounce. Doing a little bit of Estrogen shift down. Icarus Dive just misses. Got a second pounce. There's an arrow in return, though, which is going to mean trouble for Slark. He's got his ult off, but still falls to Starfall.
That was Miran's playing a great game.
She
That's what
really
you
is.
want to see out of your Miran. You want to see those arrows landing.
Yeah, shoot arrow, hit arrow. That's definitely your game plan.
Here's your Bane setup, Nightmare and arrow again.
Yep. Full combo there. Arrow, leap, Starfall. That's what you want to see.
So what was that? That was that a 3-for-1? Or did someone go down earlier? Oh, well, Bane did go down earlier in that. So.
Right.
Maybe it's 2-for-3. But killing the Slark's big.
Every time. Since he is one of the heroes who can snowball, anytime you can shut him down and stop him from getting his next item, slow him down from, losing some unreliable gold, anything you can do to slow down his snowball, you're doing well.
How far is he away from his Scotty there?
Oh, let's see. He's just got it.
There it is.
Good call.
I say, I knew he was due for it soon. Ember Spirit almost goes down to the Centaur.
Gets stuck in the finger. Turn him into a fish, but can pay for it to see if he pulls him out from under the tower.
How about pulling the arrow? That's a new one. That's a little bit harder than the Nightmare.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's much more unpredictable, I think, because doesn't it put you on a random part of the line based on how many illusions you have or something?
I'm not 100% on that. It's I don't really know. I don't really play a lot of CK. He's I can't micro, so anything that has more than one hero I can't play.
Sure.
But he does have his heart now, so he can just leave his armlet just toggled full time.
Wow.
Arrow lands again. Remind me next week to ban Mirana for this guy.
Right? No kidding. Ember's fighting 1v5, but he's gonna fall for it. The Lion's last one on D versus the team of 5. Gonna look to take an objective here.
Now, does CK have his ult, or did he use that already?
He has his
They
ult.
clipped, so if he's got his ult, they're definitely gonna take his tower and not only interacts.
That's right.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
And nothing really Lion can do about it. I'll probably throw an Earth Spike in, but one good blink play to get out of the stomp range.
Yeah, I mean, even if you do the Earth Spike, you don't want to get pulled in by that CK, you're instantly just deleted.
For sure.
There goes the Radiant's mid ranks.
And now CK takes the net worth lead after that.
Well done.
A little upset at the Ember Spirit. I mean, he's 1 in 5. That's not what you want to see from your Ember Spirit.
Guess what's happening
Yeah.
to Dyer's bottom tower?
But what are you gonna do? The game is really hard.
But yeah, this is a community night, so not everyone. That one can be
Dyer's bottom tower.
Isama when they play Ember, so.
Yeah.
Stark's trying to farm that up.
Bottom tower. Dire structures looking fortified.
Looks like Lion and Phoenix are looking for somebody.
Line with the self-heals. And ends up buying him enough time that his teammates can come in and defend him. Heals is such a flexible tool. It's great that way, offense or defense.
Absolutely, it's one of the better items in the game if you're playing like overrated deathmatch or something like that. It's definitely something you want to have. Viper's pushing top. You got a pretty big creep wave.
Yeah, he does it that. See if the creeps can make something happen here against the top tower, but looks like we've got enough rotations coming in. I think that's going to get pushed back. And Viper on the TPI.
Stark behind enemy lines. CK sees him.
Hunter becomes the hunted.
Pops his ult.
If
he can find him, Stark might be in trouble.
Icarus dive enough to scare him off. Him and his buddies.
That's the scary thing about that Phoenix dive, especially when you're going up high ground. You don't know who's behind him, you know. You don't want to get caught by that lion stun or finger or anything.
Yeah, that's very true.
It's level 13, so it's level 2 ult on the finger.
Trouble brewing.
Gotcha.
Bottom tower.
CK pushing top or bottom. What's the Ember Spirit got for item set?
Battle Fury.
Looks like he's probably building a Lincoln's. I imagine with the Perseverance.
Possibly. Perseverance does build into Lincoln's for sure. Maybe he's just.
Will that stop the arrow? Or that in,
it won't stop arrow, but it will stop. Wait, will it stop arrow? I don't think it stops arrow, but
I don't know. That's why.
I think it'll stop the CK from pulling him in. And
well,
it'll also stop
it'll stop the Bane Nightmare.
Yes, I was just gonna say it'll stop the Bane's targeted attacks. It'll stop like Viper's ult if that's the first thing he throws. Good Icarus dive cancel. That gives you so many movement options. It's such a weird ability to get used to, but oh yeah, it is indeed.
I think that's why he's going. That's why he's going Lincoln's. Stop that Nightmare, and then you can't get Nightmare aired, and that'll allow him to split push a little bit better.
Yeah, it's not a bad item.
CK Marana smoked up. I'm definitely looking for that Slark.
They might find him too. Got him in a pincer.
Ooh. Perfect timing. They get line now.
Really in a bad spot.
Ember Spirit all the while he's able to push top.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Got another Quelling Blade in the stash. Do you think he's going double Battle Fury?
Yeah, is he possibly building... Yeah, is he possibly building another Battle Fury?
It could be.
Saw that.
That wouldn't be the worst play. At least it gives you more damage, and it does stack completely.
I mean, against the CK illusions, so...
Oh, real deleted. Poor guy.
Ooh, that Slark goes down. That might be game. That's back. Ooh,
Oh, he wants some revenge.
CK. He's gonna use his buyback for sure.
Oh, that Ray did a lot of work there.
2 down.
Well played. That's so great when you can catch your whole team in the Ray. Because it does that heal for your own team as well as the damage to the enemy. It's so big. Especially when you're...
Ember Spirit definitely with the second Battle Fury.
Right on. Especially when your team's smart
yeah,
enough to actually stand in it. That's good stuff. But yeah, it's a 35% cleave damage now stacked to 70. It does stack completely, and that sleight of fist does proc on it. Plus, its composure being from the other swords, it does give you the bonus actual damage, plus 55 damage per Battle Fury. Not the worst item.
It's definitely a good item for Ember Spirit. And I think they're trying to stop that CK. You know what I mean? When he ults, if they can just take out all of his illusions, it takes a lot out of him. He's not nearly as strong that way.
That makes a lot of sense. That was the biggest roach fish ever.
They're roaching.
That was pretty cool.
Looks like Dire knows about it.
Giant Magikarp. Yeah, Dire's gonna move in on it. CK does pop his ult. Clark on the run. Being as slippery as he is able to get out. Phoenix now, the one in most danger, but he can probably first dive out of this as well.
Interesting. They were all able to get out. So.
Well,
but
they're pretty slippery.
Dire might be able to come get it now.
The Dire might want to.
They're thinking about it.
They're pushing top.
DK wants Roche.
Ooh, I thought he unrendered it away. He came back. That's gonna leave them in the pit really susceptible because that Viper went back.
Yeah, very
See
true.
if they can.
Ooh, big finger. Icarus dive as well.
That's not the hero you want.
Oh, they catch one, but they're in trouble. Looks like Radiant is gonna take this. Egg goes off. And so the original plan is back on.
I think once they saw the Viper go top to deal with the Ember Spirit, they knew they could just go back in.
Right. Now the Slark is playing super bold in the tower because he's got his Vegas on board.
There's that Ray. Uh-oh.
Ooh, Viper. Just doing a lot of work on the Slark there. Kind of exhausted his abilities to go deep, and Viper punished him for it.
Well, I mean, he had the Aegis, so he... Ooh!
Yeah, but after the Aegis, he dived to high ground, looking for another kill. He blinked in.
Dire's got one last top tower. Dire's top.
Oh, they did get a tower top.
Yep, so the distraction at least paid off in that regard. They are able to break high ground. But now the Dire creeps...
They're definitely not rolling over.
No, they're definitely not.
Putting up a fight. Even though they're down a couple kills. But I still think if they play smart, I think they can win this.
Yep. I think they probably need to play defensively right now.
They well, I think the Ember Spirit push is big because I mean you can you almost have to have Bane Hammer on it there to stop him, or maybe Centaur. Centaur can't kill him alone. And then if you don't stun him for long enough, he just remnants out.
Mm-hmm.
Rana's invis. Seeing he's in the jungle.
We have an Abyssal on the CK now. He picks up another tool to stun. I'm sorry I missed that.
Would they get on CK?
Oh, in Abyssal.
Ooh. That might be the lockdown they've been looking for.
Yeah, as a late game item, it's actually a great tool. It does give you a good 2-second stun on demand, and it's one of the few items that you can get that will give you the unconditional single target lockdown that you need to stop the escapers.
That's also big, because, you know, when he pulls Slark's been, you know, he'll get down really low and then he's able to pounce away. So that might be the lockdown he needs for Slark too.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Slark, I think, wasn't he the one with the Lincolns? No? So, he'd have to break the Lincolns with something else first.
Oh yeah, he does have the Lincolns. Interesting.
Used to be with CK, you're willing to throw away something like level death. Oh no, that was Doom, sorry. I was thinking about the rework on Doom. But he's not in this game, so never mind.
Looks like Ember Spirit is able to come back. He's he's right up there with everybody else leading the top of the net worth. And I mean, at one point early game, he was living the line, so I think that extra Battle Fury is paying off.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about it too. Definitely does give him options to flash farm the jungle.
Can we get a look at Slark's items?
Sure.
See what he has. Yeah, he's still got Lincolns, he's got drums still, so... What would you like to see replace those drums?
At this point, I think he actually needs to save for buyback. The drum still has 6 charges. And I think if he's gone without buyback because it gets locked down, that would actually be serious trouble. Good juke in the trees.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Did get the blink off though.
Dodges it though.
It was well done.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
Oh, Rubik's doing the CK ult. Turning it around. More Rubik's than you can shake a stick at.
Rana pops her ult, so...
Somebody got dusted though.
I'm sure they know. They gotta be right on that.
Yeah, the Bane's under dust.
The arrow.
Once again doing work.
Definitely don't let him have Rana next game.
Radiant's bottom tower's done for.
That was a desperate egg.
I mean,
He was gonna get cut down anyway, so...
hard right for the line finger.
Radiant's mid tower could use a hand.
That Yules might have saved it.
Possibly.
So it's a 3. Ooh. 4 for now.
Yeah, with that they should be able to take high ground here as well. Get this tower and racks down.
Have fun trying to bust down Radiant
Even with the blip.
structures now. Radiant
Rana's like your punch. Like if you're landing you're great. If you're not, your whole team beats you, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, she either makes the great plays and can semi-carry her team, or she's just dead weight. But she's been doing so much work this game. She's definitely worth her weight in gold.
Radiant's mid tower's getting the what for.
Huge creep wave at mid. 5 heroes up. This probably looks like Throne right here.
How long till CK? Oh, I don't think they're gonna need it. Sark is back in 3 though. You saw last time he bought back. pretty much cleared him out.
That's true. He's trying.
Thanks for that.
That's 4
Oh,
seconds
goes
done.
right this time. What can I say? You weren't wrong.
There you go.
Went out of here, didn't you?
He
Full teamwork.
picks the team up and puts it on his back. Plus, I mean, Ember Spirit did a lot of damage that round, I'm sure. Let's see. Yeah, Ember Spirit did 4k damage and almost 4.1k, and Slark did 3. So,
Nice.
they're definitely dealing out the damage.
What you really need to do when CK's got a heart. So tough to cut down a team like that, thank you. You've got CK with a heart, you've got Centaur Warrunner, Viper. Viper's also got a heart right now. Yeah, to wipe that team, actually, you had to push a lot of damage. Oh, they're desperate to get the courier, but the courier gets out.
Radiant's ancient is
Ah, little courier.
He's got 66 stolen agility right now for
Wow.
Slark. So he's hitting.
Looking like a truck. Ooh. That was a nice Shivas. Phoenix is such a great Shivas carrier because the way that he can proc down dive. Big leap into air, first off
That was a
already.
buyback by CK.
Wow. Oh, can't believe Arrow found
This might be
Slark there.
over for
Another
the
arrow. He's a serious Piranha player.
I'll take that.
I mean, when you go against that Slark region, he almost needs heart. So, you know, when you guys both disengage, you can come back and have close to the same amount of health.
Right. You need some form of sustain.
Centaur almost went down, and he's right back up there.
Yep. Heart's a great tool that way. And I like the way it synergizes with the blade mail too.
Blade now, I think it works with his ult too.
Right.
That arrow.
top tower's hurting. The
Wow,
Radiant
great blinks.
got one left
This Slark's got some good escape kit going on. Trade so quick. Needs a 4 for 1 trade so far.
That's a 7k net worth gold swing right there.
Rubber band is real.
See if we can get the grab. Yeah, at one point the Dire was up almost 30k. Now they're back down to about 15. Granted, I mean, they do have most of the towers are max, so they should be, but Slark's trying to win, for sure. And Ember Spirit just picked up the rapier.
In the wings.
Nice.
Dyer's
As long as he can
mid
hang on
tower
to it.
needs a little help. Get a load of these.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you want to give the CK, so.
Yeah, that would be real trouble. That would be an EE level kill.
Uh-oh.
Wow. Well done, Radiant. Turn this round, wipe the team, take high ground.
Yeah, Dire.
Whoa. Oh, but the creeps for the win!
Creep.
What a great... Oh my goodness. Creeps once again proving that they are the MVP.
Thank you.
Wow.
622 gold per minute for Slark.
That was good
He's keen
stuff.
to play. thank you, Bunny, for letting me sit in on this.
Oh, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it, Midas. Hopefully you can join me on a future cast. Any last words for our players or our audience?
Pick Slark, win game. Clearly is what is the formula here. Or,
Yeah, as long as you don't ignore the creeps, yes.
Lose your eye. Yeah.
Right on.
Alright, man, take care.
Yeah, you too, thanks. Have a good night, everybody, and good luck in your next game. See ya.